My wife, 29, female, is encouraging me, 31 male, to have an affair. Wife and I have been married for 5 years. I think we have a good relationship and a great sex life. I think she thought the same. However, following a 5-day yoga retreat with a few of her work friends while I was at a conference late last year, her opinion seems to have soured. Apparently, Fernando and Sierra have everything we have and more because they're swingers. When he has sex with another woman, he uses it as a learning experience to take home to his doting wife, who also bones around. And they have even more mind-blowing drug-fueled experiences with each other while the kids are staying with grandma. Or at least, that's what I'm getting from it. So I told her flatly that I don't want to have sex with anyone else and I'm happy with her. And she quickly states the feeling is mutual. Case closed, I thought. But then she comes back with more reasons the next week. It gives independence and freedom to the relationship. I'm thinking maybe this is a bit of a midlife crisis thing and made it clear I'm just not really into banging other people because it feels too much like cheating. But she's insistent. She keeps going on and on about her work friend Fernando talking about how mind-blowing the experience has been for him and how we really need to try it. So, at this point, I'm thinking, are you wanting to cheat on me? She's entirely focused on me going out and having sex with someone else, but I'm sitting here thinking, what's in it for her? It's concerning. Straw that broke the camel's back as today she came home with a picture of Fernando's Sarah and a hint that she's down to hook up with me at your place. I'm like lost of words right now. How do I make it clear I don't want to have sex with someone else and I believe in monogamous relationships? We have 2 kids.
It's simple. There are 3 options that I see. One, she's already screwing around and doesn't want to feel guilty about it anymore. 2, she wants to, but doesn't want it to be cheating. 3, she is being actively groomed by this couple. Bruh, you need to find out who this Fernando is and sternly remind him that your wife is a married woman and what the consequences can be if he doesn't comply. Cite sexual harassment in the workplace if you need to, since you know they're working while he's talking about this with your wife. I'd also find out who his wife is and see if she really is on board with this swinging stuff. The only information you have ATM is what your wife has told you. This douchebag could be cheating or trying on his wife and your wife is buying it. Also, you're married. It takes 2 people to make a happy relationship. If she wants to fuck around, but you don't, then you need to figure out what's the root of the issue and how to fix it. Chances are your wife is just looking for excitement in the relationship that she's not getting at the moment. If you love your wife, make sure you do this. So she wants to fuck Fernando, if she hasn't already. She needs you on board for retroactive permission for pushing this in the first place. Either way, what she's doing is incredibly disrespectful. She's going to another couple about your sex life and trying to push you into something you don't want. There's a really old relationship advice post from over 5 years ago about a man and his wife going out to dinner with another couple. They went to their friend's house after dinner, got too drunk, and were essentially manipulated into switching partners. The guy couldn't get it up with the other man's wife and was extremely uncomfortable. Meanwhile, his wife was being fucked on the bed right next to him. There were lots of updates for a while, and each time he updated it was obvious that his relationship with his wife was deteriorating. It was maybe the most heart-wrenching thing I've read on Reddit. Fuck swingers, they don't have a right to date, rape, and destroy relationships just because they're unsatisfied with each other. One of 3 things: she wants to sleep with someone and is pushing for this to take advantage of the situation. She has already been sleeping with someone and wants to take advantage of the situation to cover it up, or she's genuinely interested in spicing things up in the bedroom. Personally, I think it's one of the first 2, and if so, you should really try to find out by talking to her. If it's the third, you won't know until you talk to her much more deeply. No matter what, you need to have a careful, thought-out conversation over dinner or something, in an environment you both feel relaxed and comfortable with. Discuss why she wants to and find out if there's anything you can do to please her yourself. Maybe you can watch porn together or see a therapist together, things like that, where you're both exploring your intimacy with one another. No matter what though, talking is key here. But if she is cheating on you, dump her and don't look back. She wants to have sex with others, and that is why she is forcing you to have another woman for you, so she can justify having sex with others for herself. Basically, it is her trap. You already told her no, and she should respect it. Be clear to her that this is not your thing, and no matter how she tries to justify it, you would not say yes for it, so she should drop it. Even give her a hint that this may ruin the married life, so she needs to stop bringing this. I'm thinking your wife already tested those waters and is guilty. To free her guilt, she wants you to cheat. Dig deeper and see what you can find out. She keeps suggesting opening things up. Get her some counseling. Do not get involved in this open relationship nonsense. It never ends well. Sounds like she wants to fuck Fernando, my dude. Would almost certainly be a very, very bad idea. I would talk to her more about what she thinks would come of this and try to get to the root of it. Make it clear that you are not interested if you are not, and be honest about how the conversation makes you feel. She's going to do what she's going to do, but hopefully some honest communication will help. You would try to get her TF away from Fernando though. I bet the whole thing would go away if he did. ETA. 5 years is a commonplace for a marriage to have a hiccup. You can get through this, but you need to confront her ASAP and be clear about how you feel. Really difficult situation. She wants what she wants, and you want what you want. Usually compromising is in order, except here there can't be any. Your first approach has to be to discuss this with your wife. Don't focus too much on the current issue, but try to get to the bottom of why your wife suddenly feels this way. My guess is that it's not as sudden as you might think. It might also not be as black and white as she wants to sleep around as you might think either. Has she changed lately? Has something been stewing? Is she unhappy about anything, but she has failed to let you in on the matter? Be careful of your emotions. Don't agree to anything when it comes to sleeping with others before you two have this sorted out. If you rush into agreements that don't feel good, resentment builds fast, and it's a really difficult emotion to get rid of. You could tell her you would like to meet with Fernando, just you and him, and talk about his experiences with swinging, as though you might be coming around and considering it. Meet him and see if you can fish for info about what actually happened on the yoga retreat, because I strongly suspect that more went down than a bit of downward dog. You could talk about how, at first, when your wife told you about what happened on the retreat, you felt jealous and hurt, but after talking to her and her telling you about his and his wife's lifestyle, you're starting to get curious. Sell it right and you might be able to convince him that you already know about what happened, and further discussion will confirm what you only suspect, or should suspect. If he convincingly denies that anything happened, take the opportunity to tell him to stay the fuck away from your wife, and stop it with trying to sell her this swinging bullshit, then go and sort your wife out.